All right. Hello and welcome, everybody. Tommy here alongside Lauren Khalil. We're going to get things going in just a moment, but if you're joining us now, or if you will be joining us in just a second as people start to roll in, what we're doing here today is we're kicking off a pretty fun series of live stream announcements. So, as we have mentioned before and highlighted in the past, TYR Wodapalooza SoCal will be taking place this September. And as a part of that, they have a pretty unique competition, the first of its kind, called the TYR Cup. And with that, they're going to be rolling out some really fun athlete announcements. And we are proud to partner with TYR Wodapalooza to be a part of that. So over the next few weeks, we will start to reveal each one of these athletes, and we will start to kind of shape the team competition, this head-to-head elite matchup that will be taking place at the TYR Cup. If you guys want, tickets are on sale now, so you guys can scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen. Those are the dates as well for Huntington Beach. At any point in time, you can scan the QR code on your screen. It'll take you directly to the ticket vendor to be able to get your tickets for Wodapalooza SoCal. Lauren, we've talked about this a bunch. There's some excitement behind this event and where it's taking place, the format, and everything that has been slowly unveiled from the crew over at Wodapalooza so far.
So much excitement, especially when you have a new format for these athletes on the heels after the CrossFit Games. They want an opportunity to do something different. And I think that TYR Wodapalooza has done an excellent job in kind of giving us that slow drip of information that we're going to be helping with the messaging and seeing the best athletes in the world come together on teams. And I can't wait. I know we're focused on the games right now, but this is happening shortly after. And there is so much good that's going to come out of this.
No doubt. And this is just another example of how we have been discussing for a long time in the sport ways to get the elite on the competition floor, throwing down head to head in really meaningful ways. And this is going to be certainly a part of that. And we're excited to be revealing the first couple of athletes that will be part of those teams. The format is new. This competition is new. If you're unfamiliar with anything, you can always head for any information. You can head over to SoCal, SoCal.wodapalooza.com. That's where you can get tickets, where you can get lodging, you get venue information, anything you need to know, especially if you're going to be going down to Huntington Beach. It's Surf City, USA. California native. It's got a special place in my heart. So it should be pretty great. But to get you guys caught up on all the details of it, we have an explainer video for you, something that's on the website. You can catch that too if you missed it, if you're joining us late. This will give you a little rundown of what you can expect from TYR Wodapalooza SoCal and the TYR Cup. Wodapalooza are excited to bring to the world a competition that's the first of its kind. Introducing the TYR Cup. TYR Wodapalooza is expanding the celebration from Miami all the way to SoCal. The TYR Cup's home will be none other than the iconic Huntington Beach. The TYR Cup is a 3-day head-to-head team matchup of athletes proudly repping their nationality and region, North America versus the world. Big teams means big prizes. In the inaugural year, the winning team will take home a whopping $160K, with the runners-up receiving $40K and a $10K cash prize for the single MVP of the weekend, propelling their team to victory. How do teams work? Teams are comprised of the best athletes in the world, 4 men and 4 women per squad, with a male and female captain. Adding to the excitement, captains get to pick their 4th and final male and female teammates. The TYR Cup events close out each day of competition and feature the following unique fitness test types. Individual. All athletes from all teams compete in the same workout against each other in same-gendered heats. All hands. This test finds all 8 athletes working together in some form or fashion, whether relay style, at the same time, or in a team-style metcon. Spotlight. Teams nominate 1 male and 1 female based on specific skill sets, including a strength test, a gymnastics test, and a monostructural test. Miami team. 3 guys and 3 girls perform separate workouts each, with 1 male and 1 female sitting out. CrossFit Games team. This brings together teams of 2 men and 2 women with 2 different workouts. Captains. This event has team captains take the stage and will make up the final event of the weekend. Teams will strategize to put their best athletes on the floor, depending on the event and their strengths to represent their squad. Teams gain a point per event win, with the team with the most event victories at the end of the weekend taking home the hardware. Who will be the inaugural TYR Cup champions? Find out for yourself. Huntington Beach, September 20th through the 22nd. Be there.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That
Oh,
could be
man.
hyped up.
I'll be honest. I had a blast kind of putting together that video with the Wodapalooza crew, and even just talking through that format and seeing it play out. Honestly, it gets me pumped because of all the different competition formats.
Yeah, and once we learn the athletes, that's going to make people even more excited, I think, Tommy.
No doubt. And, that's what people are here for. The announcement has just gone up, and without further ado, our first athlete that will be competing, representing North America. You might know him as the reigning fittest man on earth. That's Jeff Adler. Adler will be the first athlete off the board. He'll be part of Team North America. Pretty exciting stuff, especially given that he does wear the crown right now. And Lauren, let's bring him in. He's actually here joining us live, all the way from his home in Canada. Jeff Adler. Jeff, thanks so much for joining us, man. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. I'm on a rest day, so it feels good.
Ooh, rest day.
Does the crown feel very heavy right now?
Not yet. In a few weeks, it's gonna be heavy.
What does a rest day look like for you these days as we're prepping for the games?
Absolutely nothing. Yeah.
Oh man.
The 6 weeks before the games is where the rest days are really, really important, because we're pretty trashed by this point. So it's just like relax, recover, make sure that you're ready for the next few days, because they're coming in and they're coming in hot.
Are you binge watching anything on TV right now?
No, not really. Just at home. I'm cleaning some stuff and just losing a lot of time on my phone.
Well, the reason why we're here is because of the TYR Wodapalooza TYR Cup, and you were the first athlete off the board that's announced. First things first, what did you think about the format and the structure of the competition when you were first told about it?
Well, I think that's why one of the reasons why I accepted to do it is because these types of competitions, and I've had the pleasure of competing with Brent and Pat as a team of 3. That's almost 2 years ago, and I had so much fun. So that's the goal, is to be able to have a lot of fun with even more people. This time is 8 instead of 3. So hopefully, like we can all do our parts and just go hard wherever we can.
What is communication going to look like on a team of 8 people?
I have no idea. 8 people is a lot. Like, this is going to be a big challenge. And I think that's the one that I'm most excited about, is the workout or workouts. I don't know how many, but with everybody that's going to be joining, that's going to be really fun.
Have you ever remotely done anything close to working out 8 people at a time, at least in some sort of unison?
No, the best I've done is with Pat and Brent as a team of 3. That's it.
Yeah, and that was part of Canadian PB&J at Wodapalooza a couple years ago. A lot of people were hoping that we get to run it back. We didn't get to see that this year, but what did that kind of dip into the team competition, at least that year, maybe do for you in terms of kind of open your eyes to some of the nuances of the team competition?
I mean, you get to know your competitors a bit more personally. You spend more time with them, which is awesome. Like all of our competitors are good people. We just don't spend a lot of time with lower pressure, because you know that wherever I can't pick up the slack, someone else on the team is going to be able to do so, or vice versa. So it's just fun to know that even if it's a workout that you're less confident in, that you have some help from people that may be like their workout. Like, I remember one of the workouts with Brent. It was kettlebell stuff, barbell stuff, and dumbbell stuff, all synchro. And Brent was like, "Oh, I'll take the kettlebells. I can do kettlebells all day." And I was like, "Well, I don't want the kettlebells, so you take him." And it's just great to be like, "Well, you do it if you're fine, and I'll do something else."
What kind of team movements and formats do you like? Do you enjoy doing the worm and synchro work, or do you prefer like a waterfall style, or what's your favorite?
Yeah, I think it has to be the most team stuff. Like that's because coordination between team members is really difficult, and that's what's funny to see is when it goes all to shambles. It's like it's just funny to watch. And I mean, the goal of being in a team is to be with the team and not doing individual stuff. So I think we're gonna have some opportunities at the SoCal comp, but I think the more team stuff, the better.
And if you're just joining us now, some people are pouring in live. Jeff is the first member of the TYR Cup team announcements as part of North America. Jeff, in that little intro video, I know you were backstage. It described a lot of options as far as the workouts. I know the 8-person one seems like it's going to be pretty wild to organize, but there's also some opportunities for some head-to-head matchups. And as the fittest man on earth, I have to imagine there might be maybe a point where you just kind of like drop the gold medal on the table and be like, you know what, I got this, guys. Let me take care of it. And if so, what would that be?
What would that be? Probably some stuff that includes running and heavy stuff. Like if it's cardio and heavy, I think I can hold my own. But the good thing of being really good at CrossFit is that you're not really good at everything. So I've lost a little bit of my peaks stuff that I can do. But I'm not that type of person that'll be like, oh, I can do this. Like if I know that someone is better than me, then yeah, you go for it. And I'll be right there cheering you on. But yeah, I'll take what I can. But if it's not my turn, then that's fine.
And knowing that this is a head-to-head elite competition, it's not a showcase. It's not just, hey, let's go and show our skills. How are you going to be able to kind of change that mindset after the games with these athletes as your competitors, but now some of them you're going to have to play nice in the sandbox with? You can't crap talk all of them, Jeff.
No, I've never done that. Come on. But yeah, that's going to be the interesting part. Is it's very close to the games, obviously, but we've planned our off season so that we're able to be ready by that point. I mean, we're going to rest and everything's going to be under control, but still, like usually, I wouldn't be very stressed about training until half of September, but I'll be doing some more beforehand. But every time you get into a competition, like even games or semifinal, whatever, sometimes you're not stressed before. And as soon as check-in starts and you see the other guys come in, see the other girls come in and checking in, that competitive switches on. And it's like, okay, well, I don't want to lose now. So we're going to have to push it. And yeah, I think it's going to happen anyway. Like in any time of the year, it's always going to happen.
Mindset of a winner.
Well, and another part, like we haven't mentioned this at all, but there's like very real prize money up for grabs on this competition, and that's an important aspect of the ecosystem, right? Like real opportunities to compete and go against the best in the sport, but also as a professional athlete to earn a living. So yeah, I mean, this is all fun and games, but you're going to be competing for something, and every opportunity matters. Is that something that kind of reigns true for you, or at least allows you to kind of hone in even with this new format?
Well, it gives the athletes opportunities to make money in different ways, and in like year round. Basically, there's always a competition that you can do. So yeah, I mean that's the whole goal of these competitions, is to have more years. See us compete more often, and the more we compete, the better it is for the sport. So that's great. And yes, the more money there is in a sport, as we've seen with other sports, then the more viewers, the more people do it, and it's just it's a huge snowball effect. So that's a very good one to start with.
So regardless of who is on your team, because we're not releasing those details yet, will there be costumes involved? I think that Fikowski was the one that orchestrated it with the PB&J, but will you take the lead on it for the better good of your team?
I don't think that's my role, and it depends on the teammates. So yeah, I don't know who the full team is yet. So I mean, they're gonna have to decide it, or maybe we'll just have a chat beforehand and see what we can come up with. But it'd be cool to have at least matching outfits. That'd be really cute.
Mm-hmm. And
shots of maple syrup at the finish line.
Yeah, and I do. Yeah, that's great. If you do have any questions, we got people coming in on the chat. If you have any questions for Jeff, feel free to throw them out in the comment section. But one thing that's important to note is that some people might confuse this as a captain's announcement, but it's not. You will have there will be an opportunity to vote for captains. So we're going to play a little politician here, Jeff.
Yeah.
If this is your pitch to make you the captain of North America, to lead the charge for North America, what would your pitch be?
Yeah, I'm a very bad politician. I've thought about this question, and I was like, if they ask me, like, why would you be captain? And I'm like, well, I don't want to be the captain. I don't think I'd be the good captain for the team. But yeah, if I'd have to be the one choosing certain members, I would have a pros and cons list and just measure out like who we need and for what. Obviously, knowing the workouts would be useful. I don't think we're going to know the workouts until the competition. But yeah, I would look at who we have and then try to add on whoever we need to have like the most round, like all around team. That will be my way to go. So it's more of I'm not an emotional person, so it's going to be very rational picking.
Based on the data and the charts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, sometimes the people that don't want to be leaders end up being the best, or don't want to be the politician can end up being great at it.
I guess we'll
but
see.
you mentioned, and the captains will get to pick one female and one male to round out their team. So that's an important aspect of this competition, is the captaincy and getting to kind of dictate who ultimately lines up for your squad. And one thing you did mention, Jeff, is who you're going against. And we're here for 2 athlete announcements. So Jeff, we're gonna have you stick around, and right now we're gonna find out the second athlete, another member who's gonna be throwing down on this competition for the TYR Cup, and got a little sneak peek right now. That's
Sorry,
right,
Jeff.
Yep. All right, Jeff, we're going to get some instant reaction. One of the athletes you'll be lining up against is the 6-time fittest woman on earth, TYR Toomey, or she'll be representing Team World. That she's the first athlete off the board for the Team World. I would guess you haven't had a chance to compete against her yet, maybe in a big time competition. So, initial thoughts on lining up against the women's GOAT?
Yeah, I'm not surprised though. She's pretty good, I guess, but I'm not scared of Tia. I'll go head to head against Tia. I don't mind losing as well, like whatever.
Okay, so Jeff, if it was a matchup between you and Tia, what would you want to go against her at?
That's a great question. It would have to be something machine and nothing barbell, because yeah, I don't think or it need to be really heavy, like really, really heavy. But I do something like Helena style, like a nice triplet with some cardio, not running specifically, and then some gymnastics and some dumbbell work could be nice. I would have a chance at least. But yeah.
Well, I was going to say, you mentioned earlier running and maybe some heavy lifting, and that kind of plays into her hand too.
Yeah.
So,
well, what doesn't play in her hand? You guys choose. What would I have to do against Tia to win?
Yeah, I don't know, guys. Sound
Yeah,
out in
there
the
you
comments.
go. A 5K for time, a mile for time. That's what I can beat her at, but it's boring, so we have to
Uh,
pick something else.
Yeah, we got
I
to give the entertainment value.
I
Ooh,
think
running
this is a
heavy
little home
clean.
cooking here from CrossFit Wonderland.
Yeah,
Running heavy cleans.
but I could still lose. I could still
I,
lose.
I feel like this is Carolyn just writing in. All right, like I'm gonna serve up everything for Jeff. I have it at the ready. Oh yeah, see there we go. Fine, double unders. There you go.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, she would be up for the challenge, so she's not gonna let me win easy either.
Oh man, no doubt. I will give Patrick Clark some credit here because I don't know if you're a Marvel fan. If you're the captain, you'd have to be Team Alpha Flight, which is basically the Canadian Avengers. So I don't know. I like that. You got to start workshopping team names,
Yeah,
or nicknames for everybody. So if you're going to be the
Mhm.
captain, you
Yeah,
got to make your
everybody needs
pitch.
at least a nickname.
Yeah.
we'll try. We'll try best.
Oh
Thank
man.
you.
I mean, there. One thing that's I don't want to say it's been missing, but the best in the sport joining forces for competition in a way that we used to see in the Invitational back in 2018. That was something that came along right before your ascension into the top of the sport.
Yeah.
Basically, the year before you qualified for the games. But this kind of seems like a fresh and new iteration to kind of do that. Was that something that was ever on your radar? I know you've been a longtime fan of the sport. You worked your way up from a volunteer to you're a coach and affiliate owner. Is that something you've always been interested in competing in?
Yeah, well, I watched the last Invitational. I wasn't invited because I wasn't good enough back then. Now I am, and of course, if there was, I would definitely be in Team Canada if I would have the opportunity, of course. So yeah, that's it's a cool opportunity. It looks a little bit like it. It gives me a chance to represent Canada a little bit more, and yeah, no, I'm happy. I'm happy to be participating in that event. Yeah.
Yep.
And without thinking about, go ahead, Tommy.
I was just gonna say, Jeff's just getting it from CrossFit Wonderland in the comments.
He's a keyboard warrior on the other side.
Is she like
Not even
literally?
here. She's at the gym. I'm at home.
Oh, I was gonna say, is she like sitting in the next room over? Like,
That's
what?
what I
Come
was
on.
thinking. If we just turn the camera, we can see her in the
No,
kitchen
no,
or
I
something.
find myself over here.
She just sipping her tea, just dropping bombs on Jeff. But interestingly enough, the last invitational champion when it was hosted down in Australia was Team Australia, the Team Pacific back then. So one of the athletes who'd be going head to head with Tia was an invitational champion. It was the first and only time they won that. So some pretty exciting stuff. Just a reminder, if you guys are interested in getting your tickets, you can scan the QR code here on your screen and it'll take you right to the ticket vendor. Again, socal.wodapalooza.com for any and all information. Jeff, man, I guess we'll kind of lead in with a little bit of game stuff to wrap things up. We do have kind of a workout announcement.
Yeah, kind of.
I don't know. Dave Castro said there would be a twist.
What's your
I don't know. Any
prediction,
predictions
Twist?
for the twist?
I don't know. I was hoping there was a twist because when they announced Chad, I was like, oh my God, what a boring workout. Like I've done this before. I've done it in 18, 19. And it's not exciting for anyone, not watching, not doing. So if there's a twist, then I'm glad. They didn't announce where it's going to be done, that workout. If it's at the track on Friday night, then there's possibility of running with the ruck, with a 45 ruck, which would make things really interesting. I don't see us doing much more than running with a 45-pound ruck in our backs. Like doing burpees would be not a good idea. I don't think we're going to climb a rope with 45 pounds on our back. So I'm guessing running, but it could be done anywhere else at any venue. So we don't know. But yeah, I'm excited to know what the twist is because I'm really hoping to not doing Chad again.
Oh man.
How bad do your calves hurt after Chad? Or
Honestly,
is it just me?
For me, it's just it's the weight of the bag that wrecks my traps and my neck. Other than that, honestly, it's not so bad. Like it's just you just have to keep going and get in the rhythm of it. And the faster you go, the faster it's over. So that when I did it, that that's the only thing I was thinking about. Just don't stop, so you can go do something else afterwards. So,
Well,
with a workout like that, what like is in your head? Because I assume the athletes can't wear headphones and listen to music. So if it was on the track, who knows what kind of music situation, like what is going on in your brain for that long of a workout where you don't really need to think?
yeah, I mean, I'm used to not thinking while I work out. So even if it's like if I go on long runs or running intervals or even biking intervals, I don't put music on just because I can't wear headphones at all. So um, it doesn't really bother me. And if the twists of the workout are well programmed, it's going to be like if there's running or whatever, it's going to be enjoyable for us because you're going to have a little bit here to do. And then I'll be able to see who's doing what, who's where. Am I in front of this person who's doing well? And then you go out for your run and you can like strategize while you're doing the workout. And that's for me, what's the interesting part of it.
No doubt. Well, Jeff, we'll let you get back to your rest day. I know those are important during this time of year, especially as a lead up to the games as you look to defend your title as a CrossFit Games champion. Again, Jeff Adler, your first announced athlete for the TYR Cup coming up this year at the TYR Wodapalooza SoCal. He's representing Team North America. You can scroll back a little bit in this live stream, maybe hear his soft pitch for captaincy. But Jeff, thanks so much as always. Good catching up with you, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats and good luck.
Thank you. Ciao.
First athlete.
Oh my gosh.
Who wants to be on Jeff's team?
Yep, we got two athletes now, and we're going to wrap things up here in just a sec. Jeff Adler on North America, TYR Toomey on the world team. We still have, a handful of athletes are going to be coming down the pipe. Just so you guys are aware, we're going to be going basically every couple of days here. You can catch our full live stream schedule over on the Talking Elite Fitness Instagram channel. We'll be going live the same time for every live stream. So at noon Eastern, we'll be going live just a few minutes before to give you guys a lead in and just a refresher on the competition format, as we'll be announcing more athletes that are going to be joining Jeff and Tia for the inaugural TYR Cup. Should be exciting. Thank you guys for joining us on short notice and, joining us on the live
We'll see you in a few days.
Yeah, we'll be back in a few days as we announce the next athlete, and maybe we'll have Sean Woodland join us this time. He was, he was being lazy after the holiday weekend, so we had to give him a few days off. But for Lauren Khalil, I'm Tommy Marquez. Thank you guys for joining us.